Hey guys, how you doing? So I wanted to explain to you today a little bit about how the system works, a little bit how the market's set up, how the cycles work, and how you, as an investor, should deal with them to maximize what you're able to do here. And we might as well, I figure we'll talk about this today because it's kind of another slow day. It's not going up high, it's not going down high. It's just another sideways day. It does feel like it's ready to do something. But we'll go into the cycles. Bitcoin rudimentarily runs on a 4-year cycle. There's a halving event that happens. After that event happens, the following year tends to be the bull market. After that bull market is you go into maybe 3 years. Historically, you go into 3 years of what they call a bear market when you're not making much money. The halving event, what it basically is Bitcoin is mined on powerful computers. The miners, the people who create Bitcoin, just like the government prints money with no value, Bitcoin's created by this crazy algorithm that the computers have to solve, this crazy problem, mathematical equation. The fastest computers in the world, they solve it and you get rewarded a little bit of Bitcoin. That's called mining Bitcoin. That's actually how you create Bitcoin out of thin air. What the miners do is they take that Bitcoin, they can either keep it as an investment and hold on to it, or they can sell it to other people. But the amount of Bitcoin that they're paid to solve that equation, which creates new Bitcoin, is cut in half every 4 years. It's a feature of the software that Bitcoin implemented, because I guess it assumed the price is going to go up over time. And if you're paying somebody a 50 Bitcoin reward for finding 900 Bitcoins today, then every year you get half of that. So every 4 years you'll get 25, then 12 and a half, and then 6.25. So it goes down, but it's under the assumption that the miners aren't going to lose value because the price of Bitcoin will be going up at the same time. So that's essentially what the halving is and what it represents. Now, when that happens, it tends in Bitcoin to spark a bull run. It takes a little bit for the money to sink in. That's why I think it usually happens the following year. Bitcoin takes off in price. We're in that year now. The halving was in 2020 for this particular cycle. What that means is the price is going up. But what happens there is the people who, you come in and you're making money right now. In a bull run, you usually make some money. But the tricky part is when you're not in the bull run, the 3 years after the bull run collapses and it goes down, that's called the bear market. People assume the bear market is about losing money. What I want black people to know, young black investors, new black people are into it, and everybody, as I always say, it's always for everybody, but I am speaking to a particular group because I want to be represented. What you have to know is you're not losing money in the bear market, or right now, for instance, in the bear phase of a bull market. Things are just going down, so we call them, it's bearish right now. But you're not losing money. You have to look at it this way. Cryptocurrency is currency. So if you translate that currency into dollars or whatever your currency is in the country that you live in, and you look at it that way, then it looks like, hey, I've been losing money this month. What's happening? But in cryptocurrency terms, when you think as with crypto being currency, you're not losing anything. If you had 100 VeChain tokens, VET, if you had 100 of those in a bull market and they're worth 26 cents, you're like, okay, I have $2,600. Wait, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. I have $260 or $2.60, something to that effect, $2.60. When the market goes down and VeChain's only worth 1 penny in a bear market, you have less cash money, but you still have your 100 VeChain. You have to keep that in mind and think that way so it doesn't depress you and thinking, I'm losing so much money. What you want to do is you focus on two phases, the bull and the bear market. Where are we in the system? Where are we in the chart? Right now, we're actually so hot, man. It's so hot. Even the AC is not working enough to cool this place. So you have bull and bear market. There's two phases that you can be in. You're either moving up or you're moving down. But I don't consider it moving down. You should look at it more as accumulation phase. This is when things are low. You buy as much as you can. You place yourself in the right position to be able to, when it comes back up into the bull market, you now have built over 3 years. You've built a nice nut that will start to rise up for you. When you're in the bull market, you can come in and get what you can while it's already going up. But if you come in here and it's already gone from here to here, if it's already gone from here to here, you get in and it keeps going up, you're going to make whatever you can there. But then it's going to drop off. You have to do a couple things. You have to take profit in the bull market. You have to know when to pull some out and say, let me get out of here and realize these gains. I want to make sure that I kept some of this money, even if I left too early and I could have made more. You can't worry about that. Nobody's good enough to pick the very top, and nobody's good enough to get in at the very bottom. You just take your fair chunk, what you consider happy. I call this a win. I took my money and I got out before it drops off. And you can keep that money in what they call a stable coin. A coin that's pegged to the dollar or pegged to whatever currency is good in your nation. You can hold it there at the same value. Stable coins don't lose money. So you can stay, if you have you made $150, you can keep that 150 even if your coin drops because you transferred it to this coin. And then when you see it hit the very bottom, you go back in and you buy more and wait for the bull run to bring it all back up. Now you've made more of that coin and the value goes up that much more. That's how you grow your wealth in cryptocurrency. So when right now we're in a bull market and things are popping, even though this very second they're not, you have to keep in mind, take profits so that you don't lose everything that you earned. A lot of times in the last bull run, say people have made millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, millions of dollars on paper, but they got too greedy and didn't pull out some of that profit. And when it went back down, they couldn't get off the boat in time and they lost their money. Basically, they lost the option to get their money, which is crazy. And I kind of reckon it too, if you're driving and you're on the highway and your gas is running low, and you say, for me, I'll say for me, because this is what I do all the time. My gas gets low, I see the next little blue sign that says, rest stop 28 miles. And I'm like, man, I drive this truck, it gets 14 miles a gallon on the highway. And my red light just came on. That means I have 2 gallons left. I think I can make it. I'm not going to get on this gas station here because it's kind of a challenge. I'm going to try to make it to that next rest stop. I may run out of gas on the highway. That's how I see getting off the elevator before you get to the end, to make sure you just get there and get that money. So during the bull market, you have to focus on getting out and taking some of your profit. Just some. You can leave some in and see how high it goes, but make sure you take half of that out or put it in your pocket and realize that gain. And then when you're in the bear market, don't worry about the dollar value or whatever your local currency is. Focus on stacking the coin that you're buying, because that is the currency, and you're not losing currency when you buy it cheap. You're just not making dollars in my case, and it doesn't matter. So you buy it, you hold, and it's a long process, but ultimately you break that plane and you make it to the next bull market a year after the following halving, Bitcoin's halving, and you see where it takes you. So those are two ways to deal with the bull and the bear market, and I hope you understand a little bit about what a halving event even is and how it creates the cycles that we practice in Bitcoin. The only thing to put on that is nothing's 100%. This is a very new system, and we don't have much to go off of but history, and we're seeing this year it's kind of hard to guess what's going to go on. But it's a new system, we're learning, so we're figuring out on the go. But very roughly, that's how the phases work and why they happen. And I hope you got something out of that. And I hope you're able to do something positive with the information and salvage or keep some money. Have a good day. Enjoy this heat out here.